Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good and preparing well with the utmost effort for the upcoming NEET examination. Today I am here to help you in your preparation because in this video I will be discussing about previous year NEET questions from the year 2016 to 2025 of the chapter Animal Kingdom. So after watching this video, you will get a rough idea about what to read and what not from this chapter. So without much delay, let's get started. Let me start with the year 2016, and the first question is, which of the following characteristic feature always holds true for the corresponding group of animal? So in the first column, different characteristic features are given, and in the second column, corresponding group of animals are given. A1 is possesses a mouth with an upper and a lower jaw, and it is for chordata. Yes, this match is wrong because phylum Chordata consisting of both jawless vertebrate and jawed vertebrate. Jawless vertebrate, as you all know, it comes under Ignatha, and jawed vertebrates are known as Gnathostomata. So Chordata not only consisting of animal with the upper jaw and lower jaw, but also consisting of jawless vertebrates. That's why this match is wrong. B1 is three-chambered heart with one incompletely divided ventricle, that is in reptilia. Again, this match is also wrong because in reptilia, crocodile has a four-chambered heart. So crocodile consisting of, or it comes under reptilia, and it consisting of four-chambered heart, that is two auricle and two ventricle. That's why reptilia not only consisting of three-chambered heart but also consisting of four-chambered heart, that is in crocodile. Again, this match is wrong. Next, C, cartilaginous endoskeleton in chondrites. Yes, this match is correct because chondrites consisting of all animal made up of a cartilaginous endoskeleton. That's why option C is the correct match and it's a correct answer for this question. If you see the D1, that is viviparous in mammalia, again this match is wrong because mammalia consisting of oviparous mammals also, like duck-billed platypus, spiny anteaters are the example which are oviparous. So mammalia consisting of both viviparous and oviparous mammals or the animals. That's why only option C is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is, which of the following feature is not present in the phylum Arthropoda? It's an easy and direct question. So when you think of phylum Arthropoda, the main feature that comes to our mind is jointed appendage, chitinous exoskeleton and a metameric segmentation, and that is there in the option B, C and D. Whereas the option A, that is parapodia, is not seen in Arthropoda. You all know that parapodia is nothing but the fleshy lateral outgrowth that is present on either side of the trunk segment, and it is seen in the annelid, not in arthropod. And this parapodia helps in locomotion and respiration in annelid, not in arthropod. That's why the characteristic feature that is not present in the phylum Arthropoda from the following options is option A, that is parapodia. So correct answer is parapodia, option A. We'll move on to the next question, that is, which one of the following characteristic feature is not shared by birds and mammal? So in the option the characteristics is given, you have to select the character which is not shared by both birds and mammal, and the options are viviparity, warm-blooded nature, ossified endoskeleton and breathing using lung. First option, viviparity. What do you mean by viviparity? Viviparity is a condition where the young one develops within the mother's body, or it gives rise to young one that develops within the mother body, and all mammals are viviparous except for the egg-laying mammal. Whereas in the case of birds, all are oviparous, means the young one hatch from the eggs. That's why this character is not shared by both birds and mammals. So answer for this question is option A, that is viviparity. Whereas the other options, that is warm-blooded nature, ossified endoskeleton, breathing using lungs, all these three characters are shared by both birds and mammals. So answer is option A, that is viviparity. We'll move on to the next question, that is choose a correct statement. So you have to choose a correct statement here. All mammals are viviparous. No, just I told some mammals are oviparous also. So mammals are viviparous as well as oviparous. That's why this option is wrong. Next, all cyclostomes do not possess jaws and paired fin. Yes, this option is correct because all cyclostomes lack jaws and paired fin. That's why the correct statement is option B. You need not to read the other two options. So other two options are all reptiles have three-chambered heart. Again wrong. Crocodiles have four-chambered heart. All pisces have gills covered by an operculum. Again, this statement is wrong because in cartilaginous fish, it is not covered by operculum. That's why correct answer for this question is option B. That is, all cyclostomes do not possess jaws and paired fins. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2017. Which among these is a correct combination of aquatic mammals? So you have to select the examples of aquatic mammals. First option, dolphins, seals, trigon. No, trigon is a fish. So this option is wrong. Second one, whales, dolphins, seals. Yes, this option is the correct one because whales, dolphins, seals are the examples of aquatic mammal, whereas in other option, trigon and shark are the fishes. So the correct answer is option B. We'll move on to the next question, that is, in case of poriferans, the spongiocele is lined with the flagellated cells called. Yes, this is the easiest and direct question, and the answer for that is choanocytes, because in poriferans, choanocytes forms a lining of the spongiocele and it consisting of flagella. That's why the answer is option B, that is choanocytes. Next question, important characteristics that hemichordate share with the chordate. So you have to select the characteristics which are present in both hemichordate and chordate. That is, ventral tubular nerve cord. No, it's wrong because ventral tubular nerve cord is a characteristics of non-chordate, not chordate. In chordate, it's a dorsal tubular nerve cord. So option A is wrong. Second one, or B, pharynx with the gill slits. Yes, this is a characteristic shared by both hemichordate and chordate. That is, pharyngeal gill slits are present in both hemichordate and chordate. That's why option B is a correct option. So you need not to read the other two options here. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2018. Identify the vertebrate group of animal characterized by crop and gizzard in its digestive system, and the options are amphibia, reptilia, aves and osteichthyes. And you know that in the case of aves, the digestive system consisting of a special chamber known as crop and gizzard, where the crops helps in the storage of food grain and the gizzards act as a masticatory organ, or it helps to crush the food grains. That's why this crop and gizzard is present in the digestive system of aves. So option C is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is, which one of these animals is not a homeotherm? So you have to select the animal which is not homeotherm. What do you mean by homeotherm? Homeotherms are the animals which will maintain constant body temperature irrespective of the surrounding temperature. So they have the ability to maintain their own body temperature. So those are known as homeotherms, and the example for that is all birds and mammals. So we'll see the option here. Here the options are given in scientific name. First one, Macropus. Macropus is nothing but the kangaroo, that belongs to mammal. B is Chelone. Chelone is turtle, which is a reptile. Okay. Next one, Camelus. Camelus is camel, which is a mammal. Again, Pistacula, that's a parrot, which is a bird. So all birds and mammals are homeotherms. So you have to choose an animal which is not homeotherm, and the answer is Chelone. That is option B, which is a reptile, that is poikilotherms or cold-blooded animal. So answer for this question is option B, that is Chelone. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2019. Consider the following features, and the features are organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetry, true coelomate with the segmentation of body. Select the correct option of animal groups which possess all the above characteristics. You know that organ system level of organization is seen from the animal above annelids. So annelid, arthropoda, all those things up to chordate have organ system level of organization. And bilateral symmetry is also present from annelid, arthropod, but it is not present in mollusks, echinoderms and all, and chordates. So bilateral symmetry is present in annelid, arthropod and the chordates. True coelomate with the segmentation body. Again, this is seen in annelids up to chordate because all are coelomate animal. So the option A is annelid, mollusks and chordate. No, mollusks are not bilaterally symmetrical animal. That's why this option is wrong. Next one B, annelid, arthropod and chordate. Yes. Annelid, arthropod and chordate show all the above three characters. Even bilateral symmetry is present in annelid, arthropod and the chordate. And the other two option again mollusk is there, which is not the correct answer. So correct answer for this question is option B, that is annelid, arthropod and chordate have all the given three features or the characteristics. Next question, match the following organism with respective characteristics. And in column A different organism is given and in the column B different characteristics is given. We'll match that. First one, Pila. You know that Pila is a species of mollusk. So that's why it has radula. So A matches with 3. And in the option A3 is given in A, B and C. So we'll move on to the next one, that is Bombyx. Bombyx mori is a species of Arthropoda. That's why it has Malpighian tubules because arthropods have Malpighian tubules. So B4. And in the option ABC, B4 is present in only C. So you need not to read the other two. Easily you can take that option C as a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2020. Bilaterally symmetrical and acoelomate animals are exemplified by. Exemplified means it's a typical example. So acoelomate means it's only Platyhelminthes. So easily you can take the answer as option D, that is Platyhelminthes, because Platyhelminthes are bilaterally symmetrical and acoelomate animals. We'll move to the next question, that is which of the following statements are true for the phylum Chordata? And the options are, in Neurochordata, notochord extend from head to tail and it is present throughout the life. No, it's a wrong statement because in Neurochordate, the notochord is present only in the larval tail. Only in the larval forms, that too in the tail region, the notochord is present in Eurochordata. That's why it's a wrong statement. Next one, in vertebrata, notochord is present during the embryonic period only. Yes, it's true because in vertebrata, notochord will be present only in the embryonic period and it is replaced by the vertebral column in the adult. So option 2 is correct. So option 1 is present in A and D. So easily you can rule out the option A and D. And the option 2 is correct and it is present in option B. So easily you can take option B as a correct answer. We'll see the other options also. Central nervous system is dorsal and hollow. Yes, central nervous system is dorsal and hollow in the case of chordates. So this is also a correct statement. Next one, Chordata is divided into 3 subphyla, that is Hemichordata, Tunicata and Cephalochordata, which is a wrong statement because Chordata is divided into 3 subphyla, that is Eurochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. So that's why this statement is also wrong and the correct statement is 2 and 3, that is present in option B. So easily you can take option B as a correct answer, and I already told the trick to easily answer such kind of question. Next one, match the following column and select the correct option. So in the column A different characteristics is given and in the column B or the column 2 the animal name is given. First one A, that is gregarious polyphagous pest. You know that the pest, gregarious pest, the best example is locusta, that is A4. And A4 is given only in option D. So easily you can take option D as a correct answer for this question. We'll match the other options also. Adult with the radial symmetry and the larva with the bilateral symmetry. So this is seen in Asteria, that is in echinoderms. Adults are radial symmetrical animal whereas larvae are the bilaterally symmetrical animal. That's why B matches with the first option. So book lungs, see, book lungs are the respiratory organ that is present in the scorpions. So C matches with the 2 and D, that is bioluminescence seen in the Ctenoplana. So that's why the option D is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2021. Match the following. So you have to match the content of list 1 with the list 2. In list 1A, that is Physalia. You know that Physalia is a species of coelentid and it is commonly known as Portuguese man of war. So A2. And A2 is present in option A and C. You can easily rule out B and D. Next one, B, that is limbless. Limbless is considered as a living fossil, or it's commonly known as a living fossil. So B3, and B3 is present in both option A and C. Next one, C, that is Encyclostoma. Encyclostoma is a roundworm and it's commonly known as hookworm, that is C4, and C4 is present in the option A. So easily you can take A as a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is read the following statements, and the statements are metagenesis is observed in helminthes. Yes, metagenesis, which is also known as alternation of generation, is observed in Coelenterata, not in helminths. That's why this A statement is a wrong statement. Next one, echinoderms are triploblastic and coelomate animal. Yeah, it's a correct statement. Echinoderms are triploblastic and coelomate animal. Next one, roundworms have organ system level of organization. Again, roundworms comes under Ascalminthus and it have organ system level of organization. Comb plates present in ctenophores helps in digestion. No. Comb plates present in ctenophore, but it helps in locomotion. That's why option D, or the statement D, is a wrong statement. Next one, water vascular system is characteristics of echinoderms. Yes, water vascular system is seen in the echinoderms, which helps in locomotion, capturing and transport of the food, and it also helps in respiration. So that's why it is a correct statement. So from the statement A to E, B, C and E are the correct statement and it is present in option B. So option B, B, C, E are correct. Yes, that is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is match list 1 with the list 2. So in the list 1, different characteristic is given and in list 2, the phylum name is given. First one, metamerism. You know that metamerism is commonly seen in members of annelids. So A3, and option A3 is present in the option A and D. So easily you can rule out the option B and C. Next one, B, that is canal system, and you know that canal system is present in phylum Porifera. So B4, and B4 is also present in option A and D. We'll move to next one, that is C, that is comb plate. Comb plate, as you all know, it is present in the Ctenophora, that is C2, and C2 is present in option A. So in option A, A3, B4 and C2. So easily you can select option A as a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is which one of the following organism bears hollow and pneumatic long bone? You know that hollow and pneumatic long bones are the characteristics of aves or the birds. We'll see the option, that is Macropus. Macropus is a scientific name of kangaroo which belongs to mammalia, so it's a wrong option. Next, Ornithorhynchus. Ornithorhynchus is a platypus which is again a mammal, so it's a wrong answer. Next, Neophron. Neophron is a vulture which is a bird. That's why option C is a correct answer for this question. Next one is Hemidactylus, which is a wall lizard, that is reptilia. Again, it's a wrong answer. So Neophron, that is option C, is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2022. The exoskeleton of arthropod is composed of, yes, it's an easy and direct question. You know that the exoskeleton of arthropod made up of chitin or consisting of chitin. So option B is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other is labeled as reason. Assertion is all vertebrates are chordate but all chordates are not vertebrate. Yes, it's a correct statement because all vertebrates are the chordate, but all chordates are not vertebrate because chordate also consisting of other two subphylum, that is Urochordata and Cephalochordata. That's why all chordates are not vertebrates. That's why assertion is a correct statement. Next, reason. Notochord is replaced by vertebral column in the adult vertebrate. Yes, in vertebrates, the notochord is replaced by vertebral column in the adult. So, reason is also correct statement, but it is not the correct explanation for the assertion. Okay, so from the option, both assertion and reasons are correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Yes, both assertion and reason are correct. The statement is correct, but reason is not the correct explanation for the assertion. So, option A is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question. Which of the following animal has three-chambered heart? You all know that three-chambered heart is present in the reptile. So, you have to select the reptile species here. A. Pteropus. You know that Pteropus is a flying fox. That is, it comes under Mammalia. It's a bat, so comes under Mammalia. So it consisting of four-chambered heart. That's why it is wrong. Next, Scoliodon. Scoliodon is a fish. Again, it consisting of two-chambered heart. Hippocampus. Hippocampus is also a seahorse. That is fish which consisting of two-chambered heart. Chelone. Chelone is a turtle which belongs to reptilia. That's why it has three-chambered heart. So all reptile except crocodile have three-chambered heart. Crocodile have four-chambered heart. So the correct answer is option D, that is Chelone. We'll move on to the next question, that is select the incorrect statement with respect to cyclostomes. So you have to select the wrong statement or incorrect statement which is about the cyclostomes. A. They lack scales and paired fins. Yes, it's a correct because cyclostomes lack scales and paired fins. Next, they have circular mouth with jaw. No, it's a wrong statement because cyclostomes have circular mouth but without jaw. So, B statement is a wrong statement. Next, C, they bear 6 to 15 pairs of gills. Yes, cyclostomes bear 6 to 15 pairs of gills, which is a correct statement. Next, they migrate to deep sea for spawning, which is a wrong statement because they migrate from marine water to fresh water for spawning. So it's a wrong statement. So in the option or in the statement, statement B and D is a wrong statement and it is given in option D. So option D, B and D only. So wrong statement about the cyclostome is B and D. So the correct answer for this question is option D. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2023. Radial symmetry is not found in adult of phylum dash. So it's a direct question. Radial symmetry is not found in the adult of option B, that is Hemichordata. Because in option A, that is Ctenophora, which are known as comb jellies, they exhibit radial symmetry. So adult also shows radial symmetry. If you talk about the ciliate traits, the adults also shows radial symmetry. If you talk about echinoderms, the adult shows radial symmetry, but larva exhibits bilateral symmetry. That's why in Hemichordata, it's the species where the adult do not shows radial symmetry. Okay, so it includes econworms and all. So they shows bilateral symmetry. So adult of this organism shows bilateral symmetry, not radial symmetry. That's why the correct answer for this is option B, that is Hemichordata. Next question, the unique mammalian characteristics is first one, hair, tympanic membrane and mammary gland. So in this, tympanic membrane is not a unique characteristics of mammals. So it is also present in the other groups like birds, reptiles, etc. That's why it is not a unique characteristics. Next one, hair, pinna and the mammary gland. Yes, so hair, presence of pinna and the mammary gland, all these three are the unique characteristics of mammals. It's not present in any other animal. That's why the correct answer for this is option B. You need not to think about the other two options here. We'll move on to the next question, that is select the correct statement with reference to chordata, and the statements are presence of mid-dorsal solid and the double nerve cord. So it's wrong because the chordates have not mid-dorsal, they have a dorsal nerve cord. So dorsal hollow nerve cord is present in the chordata. Next one, presence of closed circulatory system. So presence of closed circulatory system is a characteristics of chordata, so it's a correct statement. Next one, presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits. Yes, it is also a correct statement or correct characteristics of phylum Chordata. Next one, presence of dorsal heart. No, they have the ventral heart, not the dorsal heart. So chordate have ventral heart, not the dorsal heart. That's why it is a wrong statement. Next one, triploblastic pseudocoelomate animal. No, chordates are triploblastic, but they are coelomate animal. That's why even the statement is wrong. So only the statement B and C is correct statement about the chordate. That's why the option B is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is match list 1 with the list 2. So in the list 1 the characteristic is given, and in the list 2 the animal's name is given. First one in the list 1, that is contractile vacuole, and you know that contractile vacuole is present in amoeba. So A2, and A2 is given in only option D. So easily you can take option D as a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is select the correct statement. A. Platyhelminthes are triploblastic, pseudocoelomate and bilaterally symmetrical organism. So this statement is wrong because platyhelminthes are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, but acoelomate animal, not pseudocoelomate animal. That's why this statement is wrong statement. Next one, Ctenophora can reproduce only bisexually and the fertilization is external. Yes, it's a correct statement. Ctenophora reproduce only by sexual method and the fertilization is external in them. Next one, in tapeworm, fertilization is internal but the sexes are not separate. So this statement is also correct one because in tapeworm fertilization is internal and they are hermaphrodite. That's why this option is also a correct statement. Next one, ctenophores are exclusively marine, diploblastic and bioluminescent organism. Yes, this statement is also a correct statement. They are marine, diploblastic and they are bioluminescent organism. In sponges, fertilization is external and development is direct. No, this statement is wrong because sponges have internal fertilization and indirect development. That's why statement E is wrong. Only statement B, C and D are the correct statement and the correct option is option B. So option B is the correct option for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is match list 1 with the list 2. So in the list 1 different organisms name is given and in the list 2 its characteristic is given. So first one, Taenia. You know that Taenia have flame cells. So A matches with the 3 and that is present only in the option D. So easily you can take option D as a correct answer for this question. You need not to see the other option in this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2024. Match list 1 with the list 2. So in the list 1, A is Pleurobrachia. You know that Pleurobrachia belongs to the phylum Ctenophora. So A matches with the 2. So in the option A, 2 is given in B and C. Easily you can rule out A and D option. Next one, Radula. You know that Radula is a toothed chitinous structure which is present in the mollusk. So B matches with the 1. So B1 is present in option B. So easily you can select option B as a correct answer for this question. You need not to read the other options here. We'll move on to the next question, that is consider the following statement and you have to select the correct statement from this. First statement, annelids are true coelomate. Yes, the first statement is correct because annelids are the true coelomate animal. So easily you can take option B, that is A only, as a correct answer for this question. So you have to read the other statement or other option in this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is, the following are the statements about the non-chordate. So these are the statements of non-chordate and you have to choose the most appropriate answer from the option given below. First statement, pharynx is perforated by gill slits. No, it's a wrong statement because it's a characteristics of chordate. In chordate, the pharynx is perforated by gill slits, but it is not the characteristics of non-chordate. Next one, notochord is absent. Yes, it's a characteristics of non-chordate because notochord is present only in the chordate, at least in some stages of their development. Next one, central nervous system is dorsal. Yes, it's a wrong statement because in the case of non-chordate, central nervous system is ventral in position, not the dorsal. That's why this statement is a wrong statement. Next one, heart is dorsal if present. Yes, it's a correct statement of non-chordate because non-chordate, if heart is present, it is present on the dorsal side. Post-anal tail is absent. Yes, post-anal tail is a characteristics of chordate, not the non-chordate. So this statement is also correct statement. So statement B, D and A is a correct statement and it is given in the option C. That's why option C is a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is match list 1 with the list 2. That is in the list 1, Pterophylum. So Pterophylum is a angelfish. So it's commonly called as angelfish. That's why A matches with 3. A3 is given in the option B and D. So easily you can rule out the option A and C. Next one, mixin. B mixin and it is commonly known as hagfish. That's why B matches with the 1. That is A3 and B1 is present only in the option B. So easily you can take option B as a correct answer for this question. So you need now to read the other option here. We'll move on to the next question, that is which of the following group of animals have three-chambered heart. So which are the animals have three-chambered heart? You know that three-chambered heart is present in amphibians and reptiles. Yes, option A, bufo, alligator and struthio. So struthio is a ostrich, which is a bird which has a 4th chamber. So that's why this option is wrong. Next one, chameleon, hyla, calotus. Yes, this is a correct option because all the 3 options are belongs to the reptiles and amphibian class. That's why this is a correct answer for this question. That is chameleon, hyla and calotus have 3-chambered heart. We'll move on to the next question, that is given below a list of some sexually reproducing animal. Select the hermaphrodite animal from the list. That is cockroach, leech, housefly, tapeworm, earthworm. Choose a correct answer from the following. So you know that hermaphrodite means organism having both male and the female reproductive system in the same organism. So same individual have both male and female reproductive organ. And the best example for that is leech, tapeworm and the earthworm. And that option is leech, that is B, tapeworm, that is D and E. So B, D and E is present in option C. So option C is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is given below are 2 statements. One is labeled as assertion and other is labeled as reason. Assertion is in hemichordate the body cavity is lined by mesoderm. Yes, it's a true statement because in hemichordate body cavity is lined by mesoderm. It's a correct statement. Yes, reason, in Ascalminthus the body cavity is not lined by mesoderm. Yeah, this is also correct statement because in Ascalminthus body cavity is not lined by the mesoderm. Instead, the mesoderm is present as a scattered pouch between the ectoderm and the endoderm. That's why it is known as pseudocoelom. That's why even reason is a correct statement. In light of the above statement, choose a correct answer from the option given below. A option, both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. No, both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. So option A is wrong. Next one, both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of yes. This is the correct option because both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. So option B is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is, which of the following pair is an incorrect match? That is, annelid and arthropod, they are bilaterally symmetrical. Yes, it's a correct statement because both annelids and arthropods are the bilateral symmetry. Next one, sponges acoelomate. So option B is also correct statement because sponges is a acoelomate organisms. Then option C, coelenterates and ctenophores shows radial symmetry. Yes, this is also a correct statement or correct match because coelenterate and ctenophore shows radial symmetry. D, platyhelminthes diploblastic animal. No, this is not the correct match or it is an incorrect match because platyhelminthes are the triploblastic organism or it shows triploblastic organization. So platyhelminthes are not diploblastic organization. That's why option D is a incorrect match or mismatch pair. We'll move on to the next question, that is match list 1 with the list 2. So in list 1 biological name is given and in list 2 common name is given. First one, asterias. So asterias belongs to echinoderms and it's known as or commonly known as starfish or sea star. And asterias, that is A, matches with the fourth option. And A4 is present only in the option B. So easily you can select option B as a correct answer for this question. You need not to see the other option here. We'll move on to the next question, that is match list 1 with the list 2. Again same, the list 1 the class name is given and in list 2 the examples are given. First one is chordates. So chordates is a class of cartilaginous fishes and the example for that is carcharodon, that is A matches with the 2. And A2 is present in option A and C. So easily you can rule out option B and D here. Next one, B, cyclostomata. You know that cyclostomata is a jawless fish and the example for that is mixin. So B matches with the 3. So B3 is present in option C. So easily you can select option C as answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion is members of subphylum vertebrate possesses notochord during the embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in the adult. Yes, assertion is correct because all vertebrates possesses notochord during the embryonic development and which will be replaced by vertebral column in the adult stage. That's why assertion is correct. Next, reason. All chordates are vertebrate, but not all vertebrates are chordate. No, it's false or it's wrong because all vertebrates are chordate, but not all chordates are vertebrate. So the statement is ulta actually, reverse the relationship. So all vertebrates are chordate, but not all chordates are vertebrate. That's why reason is wrong. So assertion is correct, but reason is wrong. So that is there in the option A. A is true, but R is false. So easily you can select option A as a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2025. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other is labeled as reason. Assertion is all vertebrates are chordate, but all chordates are not vertebrate. Yes, this is a true statement because all vertebrates fall under the phylum Chordata, but all chordates are not vertebrates. So that's why the assertion is correct statement. Next one, reason. The member of subphylum Vertebrata possesses notochord during the embryonic development. The notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in adults. Yes, this statement is also correct statement because what happens in vertebrate is the notochord is present in the embryonic development which will be replaced by vertebral column which is made up of cartilage or bone in the adult stage. And the reason correctly explains explains the assertion by showing how vertebrate differs from the chordate. That's why both assertion and the reason is correct, and reason is a correct explanation of the assertion, and that option is given in option C. Option C is both A and R are true, and R is a correct explanation of A. So that's why option C is a correct answer for this question. Next question. All living members of class Cyclostoma are. Yes, it's the easiest and the direct question, because class Cyclostomes consisting of fishes that are ectoparasites in nature. That's why all living members of the class Cyclostomes are ectoparasites. So option B is a correct answer for this question. Next one, role of the water vascular system in echinoderm is. Again, it's a direct question, because the role of the water vascular system is respiration and locomotion, as well as it also helps in capturing and transport of the food. So water vascular system in echinoderms helps in the locomotion, respiration and capturing and transport of the food. That's why the correct answer is A and C. So A is respiration and locomotion, and C is capture and the transport of food. That's why A and C, that is option D, is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is, while trying to find out the characteristics of newly found animal, a researcher did the histology of an adult animal and observed a cavity with the presence of a mesodermal tissue towards the body wall, but no mesodermal tissue was observed towards the alimentary canal. What could be the possible coelom of that animal? So what they have seen in the histology is the mesoderm layer lines only the body wall, not the alimentary canal. Means they have body cavity, but this body cavity not lined on either side by the mesoderm, but it is lines only the body wall, not the alimentary canal, which means that they have pseudocoelom or false body cavity. So body cavity is not lined on either side by the mesoderm. So only one side, that is to the body wall, it is lined by the mesoderm. That's why one can conclude that they are pseudocoelomate animal. So they have body cavity, but it is not a true body cavity, because true body cavity always line on either side by the mesoderm. But here only one side, that is to the body wall, it is lined by the mesoderm. That's why it is a false body cavity, and they are pseudocoelomate animal. That's why option D is the correct answer for this question, that is pseudocoelomate. Yes, that is all about the previous year question discussion from the year 2016 to 2025 of the chapter Animal Kingdom. I hope this video is useful. If you have any doubt in this chapter, please feel free to ask it in the comment section. And if you want me to do question discussion of any other chapter, please comment. I hope this video is useful. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.